Okay, we're back with some more Zenless Zone Zero. Gonna make it a quick stream for tonight, or at least as quick as possible anyway. Because earlier we started the Trigger event quest line, 0 point calibration, which ended up not being a current time story like the other ones, but was instead a flashback chapter. Turned out that Trigger, or as she was known previously as Charon, like the ferryman from Greek mythology, turns out she was one of Wise and Bell's first Internaut contacts, and that they had gotten involved in solving a commission that was based around kidnapping and murder from some mad sniper that was going around kidnapping military officers and murdering them. And it turns out that she is on a bit of a revenge trip against Trigger, or Charon as she was known back then, over losses suffered in the Hollow Zero disaster that she never got over in a very unhealthy way. And we got to a point where we did find out the possible and most likely the identity of this Grim Vulture villain, and which we thought was a survivor from the Hollows that we rescued previously, named Zoe. Turned out that Zoe may in fact be the kidnapper slash killer, and we gotta put an end to her madness once and for all. And I also find it funny how, despite technically taking place in the past, the game still allows me to choose the characters I already recruited. So I want to wrap this up, and by extension, the rest of the bonus missions that came with it. And I find it funny how despite being an electric-based character, they have ether and ice being recommended attributes. Way to go, game. Can't make up your mind as to what you want, huh?
Need something? Go ask.
Standing by.
It's ours. Come on.
Ready for
Well,
need something? My services are expected.
Ready and I've got
well,
your back.
Nicole and
I am
Looking
Sukaku are all I have to fill in that requirement, so that's who I'm sticking with. So let's go put her down.
Charon, look. Another communicator.
Keep hearing. Oh, it's a box down there. That's what it is.
another communicator. It's a bad habit for a sniper to be so talkative.
Oh, really? I think it's rather good for my mental health to witness in real time how my target becomes desperate and gives up their struggle.
Do you really still need to disguise your voice? I thought you didn't want to hide anymore, Zoe.
Yup.
You're right. Seems there's no need for secrecy anymore. I, Zoe, the sniper known as Grim Vulture of Nemesis Squad, send you my regards.
Oh, Zoe. Just when I thought you were an innocent victim, when really you were just a snake in the grass. So disappointed.
Zoe. No. Grim Vulture. You, like me, were one of the advanced troops deployed to suppress Hollow Zero right after the fall of the old capital, right? Knocked Cartes and Impera Squad. So far, all the victims have been members of these squads. They were initially supposed to enter the Hollow to reinforce the advanced troops. Nemesis, your squad, lacking reinforcements, lost everyone except you in the fall of the old capital. You blamed their deaths on the absence of reinforcements and sought revenge on them. That's my conclusion.
So, like Trigger, her squad was also left to die at the Hollow Zero disaster. And unlike Trigger, who went in one direction, not blaming the troops themselves, Zoe went in the complete and utter opposite revenge trip level. I mean, can you really blame the troops themselves? If anything, she should be blaming the higher-ups. But no, she went after the regular troops. It's like, come on, don't blame... If you're gonna blame anyone, blame the ones up top who gave the order in the first place and then bailed.
Just like me. The fall of the old capital left you entirely alone.
A sniper, the sole survivor, a mere pawn abandoned by the military. Don't you think we're very much alike? The Impera squad member, Nathan, the one you're searching for, he pleaded with me to let him go when I was about to kill him, saying he had to see you no matter what. That's how you caught my attention. I let him live to get all sorts of information on you. I was so curious about you that I even set a trap, disguising myself as a victim to get closer to you. It turned out we share the same story.
I'm going to assume she killed Nathan, right?
We even got the same PTSD symptoms. After all these years, we still see images of our teammates before they die. It's impossible to erase them from our minds. It's just... you use ridiculous fantasies to numb yourself, chasing after illusions of your squad mates. While I can't afford to be as naive as you. One night, when I was overwhelmed with the unbearable images of my comrades' deaths, vomiting and crying, I finally realized the meaning behind their appearance before me.
Yeesh.
They were pleading with me, pleading for vengeance against those who abandoned us, begging me to destroy the repulsive, hypocritical new order of New Eridu. So, I carried on their will. I began kidnapping targets and sniping them in the Hollow, watching as they became corrupted and died in despair.
Disgusting.
You really think this is what they'd want?
What else? Would they want me to be like you, playing at a game of finding my missing squad mates, accepting their deaths when I'm done playing, and then forgiving the very enemy who killed them? What a noble and virtuous gesture! Forgive on behalf of fallen comrades, coexist with New Eridu's order, and live peacefully among cowards. It's precisely because you and I are so similar that this hypocritical and cruel attitude makes it even harder for me to forgive you. After our first conversation, I was certain I must end your life myself to prove I'm right.
That's exactly what I wanted to say to you, too. Because we've suffered the same hardships, I can't accept the path of destruction you've chosen. Jesse, Aaron, Nathan, the client I've been searching for, and any other targets of revenge you've set your sights on. They all feel regret and struggle over the choices they made back then. But you can't see any of that. You didn't target the higher-ups who misjudged the situation, the dangerous ethereals who killed your comrades, or the ones responsible for the fall of the old capital. Instead, you went after the easiest targets.
She's a coward. Not saying what she would have done otherwise is right, but she went for the most cowardly way possible. And it's honestly despicable.
Grim Vulture. As a sniper of the Eridu Defense Force, you have failed in your duty. To preserve the will and hope left by my comrades, I'm going to put an end to your actions right here.
That suits me just fine. A sniper should let the gun do the talking. Make it to the deepest part of the Hollow alive, and I'll meet you with nothing but raw malice.
Yeesh. She's basically evil Rambo. Like, if you took Rambo and made him a full-on villain, that's basically what you get with Zoe.
Since you made it here, let me reward you with a few things you don't know. Noct, Cartus, Impura, and many other squads. Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat?
Yes, we know that.
Relying on a show of hands to vote. Isn't that ridiculous?
So they weren't told,
Speed
they
and
just...
direction
Our lives were discarded in such an absurd way. Like a kindergarten election for class monitor.
Wow.
So, when I killed them, I employed the same method. I made the dozen or so people I captured vote on who I should kill first. You wouldn't believe how funny it was.
She's lost it.
Huh. Laugh. Why aren't you laughing?
She's gone into full Joker mode. And it's not funny.
Ether vision activate. Recalibrating. Time to end them down. Jesse and Aaron, do you have them too? Or are they already?
You still care about them? Or should I say... It looks like I haven't made enough of a threat to your life if you still have the time to worry about them. Why not leave their fate hanging, an unsolved mystery? Normally that's more suspenseful, right? In any case, when you stumble into the underworld with your insides spilling out, you'll see the two of them.
Any more dialogue?
Wouldn't it be more exciting to wait until then to reveal the answer?
The dialogue is very weirdly paced. It doesn't happen.
Those two morons are so stupid. Oh, it's hilarious. I just pretended to fit in a little, and they treated me as one of their own.
Where it's like it's not happening at the pace it usually
They had
does.
their guard up, but they never thought to watch out for me. It's no surprise they retreated back then. Bunch of good-for-nothing idiots.
And as a result, it's like taking a long time to happen, and I don't want to miss any of it.
mercy. The target's weary.
It's no good surrendering. Care package here. Just don't blink.
Quick shot. Adjusting for wind. The wind and rain are picking up.
This extreme weather is perfect for sending you to your grave, don't you think? No one will hear your screams and cries as you die.
Any more dialogue?
Wind speed and direction.
By the time the rain stops, the only thing left will be your cold corpse.
Any more
I
dialogue?
wonder, do you remember the weather on the day the old capital fell?
Yep, some more dialogue.
It wasn't heavy rain like now, but the sky was just as dark. Both your teammates and mine, they all perished in a place like this. Now that I think about it, I guess I'm actually doing something good.
Good, she says.
Because if I let you and your teammates die here, maybe you'll be reunited. Aww. You should be grateful. I'll make sure you die just as painfully as your teammates did.
Speed and direction confirmed. Let's keep moving. Grim Vulture, are you in pain?
Don't you get it? I'm the one in charge of this conversation. I haven't given you permission to ask questions.
I can sense your suffering. It's...
Shut it.
Okay, any more there? Or are they gonna cheat chatting? Okay, I think she got under Zoe's skin a bit there.
My bullets are one with the wind. Supporting position. Time to pin them down.
Okay.
Okay, I hear a box clanking around nearby.
Copy.
Yep.
You made it to the deepest part of the hollow in one jump. Ah! Such determination deserves praise! Now, it's time for the final showdown we agreed on.
Recalibrating.
But really, foolish is the only way to put it. What sniper would ever confront their enemy head on? I prepared a little gift for you.
Hey, you wanna play with me?
I made this dangerous material by abducting and corrupting a high-ranking officer.
Reach its mark.
It wasn't easy luring it here. You can play with it for a while. As for me, I'll watch you from above. Then I'll put a bullet right
pierce right through. Show no mercy. Fire support ready. I'll pierce.
Wanna run? Behave now. You're gonna get dizzy.
Pin them down. This is your requiem. Fire support ready.
I can also become an Asura.
Show no. My bullets are one with the wind. Support in position. Increase firepower. Fire support ready. Time to pin them down. Adjusting for wind.
This won't hurt. Hey, you wanna play with me?
The real failure as a sniper is the one who's been forced into a corner, like you!
The wind. It's shifting.
I won't fall for your distractions so easily. What?
You sure about that?
I will surpass you with my own melody of victory.
Damn!
And let the wind be the opening notes.
Aw, we don't get to shoot. Damn.
Charon, no! Wake up! Charon!
Right in the shoulder.
That's...
The harmonica. Impact must have hurt like hell, though. That's kind of disappointing. We didn't actually get to shoot the shot like we did with the two moments where we shot those ether canisters. I would have liked to have, done it through actual gameplay. Ah, well. After the gunshot, the hollow falls silent. The sentence is weird. The hollow falls silent. That's what it should be. Once more, leaving only the countless biting raindrops attempting over and over to wash away the scent of blood that oozed from the wounds of the defeated, only to fail time and time again. The loser pays no attention to her mortal wound, only staring at the distant horizon, as though salvation might be waiting there. Sometime later, the victor has climbed the steel and stands in front of her. They share their last words while the defeated still has the energy to converse.
Just you? Where's your friend, the proxy?
Oh yeah, she got nicked right in the shoulder, and that's pretty bad.
The proxy went to rescue the hostages. I want to speak with you alone. A sniper should always monitor the changes to their surroundings, factoring the environment into their tactics. Being blinded by the intent to kill and failing to take this into account was your downfall.
Didn't expect to be lectured by a youngster. What a disgrace. When my view was blocked, I realized you'd used the visual blind spot to reposition. So I adjusted my aim accordingly. But I still couldn't hit you.
Your prediction and accuracy were spot on. I was just saved once again by this. By both this harmonica, and by my former comrades.
Are you trying to say that this is destiny? That it's the will of my companions guarding me? I lost to the wave of ethereals, to the military's betrayal. And now I lose to your reckless actions, driven by some ridiculous fantasy. Your fantasy, your attitude, your very existence, and the outcome of this battle. They are the greatest denial and insult to my revenge.
Yet you're emitting a much calmer ether energy now. Almost as if you found relief.
My vision is fading. I can't see my comrades on the brink of death anymore. My wounds are fatal, but I don't feel any pain. Relief. It's not such a bad thing.
Did you intend for me to kill you from the start?
Let me answer that question with a story. The first time I saw you was actually during the fall of the old capital. My comrades were all dead, and the reinforcements the higher-ups promised before the mission never came. I can't even remember how long the fight went on. Ultimately, I had no choice but to retreat, failing to bring back my squad mates' bodies. I made my way through one battle line after another. The advanced troops were nearly wiped out. But when I reached a certain front, a small squad of survivors called out to me. Few people can still stand after such severe corruption and injury, but all 5 of them were still fighting. They were protecting a girl who had lost her sight and fallen unconscious while searching for a way out of the hollow. They told me they were beyond saving, and if I planned to retreat, I must take the girl with me. I couldn't turn down the last request of a group of heroic soldiers about to die in battle. Your comrades entrusted your life to me. I was the one who brought you out of the hollow. You already know what happened afterward. It didn't take long for you to leave the defense force after you came to. Just like me. I developed PTSD so intense that sometimes I couldn't even hold a normal conversation. But for me, the hardest blow was the death of my squad. To an orphan like me, they were family. If the reinforcements had kept their word and provided support, they wouldn't have died for nothing. Don't you ever have that thought?
To say I don't would be a lie. But I think deep down you know. From the moment we stepped into the hollow, there was no way we were getting saved. Given how quickly the hollow was spreading, and the ever-increasing number of ethereals, it would take the sacrifice of countless Defense Force troops to suppress it. It wasn't something that could have been accomplished in such a short time. The reinforcements would have only been a drop in the bucket. More sacrifices without results. Canceling the reinforcements, sending the advanced troops to rescue as many civilians as possible to minimize casualties. I think most commanders would have made the same decision.
Objective and cold logic. I understand it, of course. But when you see members of the reinforcements living happy lives years later, can you still keep your composure? I couldn't. Even if the chance was minuscule, I wanted my squad mates to survive. But they turned that chance to 0, and still have the nerve to embrace a peaceful future. I can't help but resent them. By the time I realized what I'd done, I had already taken several lives. Nathan. When I tied him up and was about to kill him, he begged me to spare him, saying he had something to give you, no matter what. That was when you re-entered my line of sight. I think I've said this before, very similar, that we have completely opposite beliefs. After meeting you, I became even more certain. In the face of suffering, I chose destruction, while you were destined to choose to protect. You're still entangled in your obsession with your squad mates. If this continues, you'll eventually sink into a void of despair. Your hope is like a bubble, ready to burst at any moment. The version of you I want to kill is the complete one, who can firmly reject my answer. If you haven't found your answer yet, then I'll be the one to push you forward. I kill you, or you end me. Either way works. But after seeing your growth, maybe I'd prefer you to step over my body. That's the final answer.
Why?
Emptiness and doubt. No matter how many targets of my revenge I took down, nothing changed. Aiming my gun at former comrades, drowning in hate and rage, all it left was a hollow emptiness. But you're different. You've gained unconditional trust from the proxy. You have the courage to fight through my trap. And eventually, you'll have a melody that's uniquely yours. My belief has faltered. I finally remember. My squad mates were fools, just like you. You're right. They would never want me to become this way. I talk about carrying their cross. But in truth, I never carried their will. So be it. Take the hostage and go. The villain stained with the blood of others deserves nothing but a miserable end. I'm looking forward to how long you'll be able to protect those in front of your eyes.
Charon doesn't leave. Instead, she kneels beside Grim Vulture, picks up the bullet-marked harmonica, and begins playing a melody titled Homecoming. The melody briefly takes over the roaring downpour, reaching the ears of Grim Vulture as she lies bleeding out, barely clinging to life. A faint glimmer appears in her empty eyes in her final moment.
It can still be played after taking a bullet. Impressive.
This is my final melody to you. No matter how miserable you've become, I'll still remember you. Remember we once shared the same path in life. But in the end, our paths diverged. Your hatred has long twisted into sin. But if not for you, I wouldn't have learned how to hate, or found the true targets of my hatred. I used to know nothing. My teammates served as my teachers and taught me so much. And I think you must be my final teacher. You taught me, in the most intense way, what hatred truly means.
Really? So you found someone you want revenge against, too. That's good.
The melody of Homecoming plays on as the girl endures the agony of her ocular rejection, struggling to make the harmonica's notes rise above the sound of the rain. As the last note fades amidst the relentless downpour, the defeated one takes her final breath. Damn. You rescue the kidnapped people, leave the Hollow anonymously, report things to public security, and update Shepard on the situation. The series of tasks that need to be done after such an intense battle leaves you dizzy. After requesting to meet the client with Shepard, you receive his message calling you to Port Elpis. Proxy, we've arrived at the port. According to Shepard, he, the client, and the rescued Jesse and Aaron should all be here. Let's go talk to them. Charon, why do you seem... Proxy, you noticed? Even though we defeated Grim Vulture, I still can't seem to let it go. Just as I thought, when the wind changed and the falling banner blocked her vision, she could have retreated, waited for her sight to clear, and then resumed sniping. If she had done that, I would have had no chance of winning. But her pride wouldn't allow her to take an action that implicitly admitted her tactics were inferior. She still chose to engage in a shootout with me despite the blind spot. Doesn't that just prove your strategy was successful? But after realizing that she actually wanted to die, I started to wonder, was my course of action something she deliberately led me into? I would find a way to break her trap and create an opportunity for a reversal, and she was waiting for that moment, ready to test whether I had truly surpassed her through a direct confrontation. I believe that was her intention. Feelings must have been very complicated. Proxy, you told me the Grim Vulture once appeared here at the port, standing by the trash can on the wooden pier, gazing out at the sea. What was she thinking back then, I wonder? Sorry, I was just talking to myself. Let's go meet the client together. He's still alive and hasn't become another victim of Vulture's victims. I suppose that's the best news we can have. Although I already understand the client's true identity is not my teammate, and it may not bring the hope I've longed for, I still want to face him. Alright, let's go. Hey, it's Inky. Standing silent next to the trash can, gazing at the sea. Wait, when was she here? Was she one of the characters out here? Crumpled food wrappers and discarded ether batteries. Pages from a notebook deliberately torn apart. Seems that Grim Vulture discarded in here wasn't just ether batteries. Quickly sort the paper together and piece together the torn papers. Now the contents are fully readable. It seems to be a diary. Read the first page. Okay, so had I not noticed Inky, I wouldn't have noticed this. Old diary, page 1. Captain came to talk to me again today. Ever since I took down the elite ethereal in the last mission, word's been spreading about Nemesis Squad having an ace sniper. Quite troublesome. Bunch of rookies went to Captain saying they wanted my guidance to improve their sniping skills. Are they underestimating what it means to be a sniper? Do they really think sniping something you just pick up whenever you feel like it? Dedicated every waking moment of my life to training, all to become a sniper capable of taking down any target. Without the resolve to take another life, you'll never become a proper sniper. Codenamed Grim Vulture represents the weight and bloodshed behind sniping. Like a vulture feeding on corpses, I hunt for death, wrapping myself in its scent. I was going to turn the captain down, but Peregrine told me I'd been too tense lately and should try accepting the captain's proposal. Would give me the chance to socialize and mingle. Well, I guess I'll think about how to teach these juniors, though honestly I feel like snipers should just let their guns do the talking. Read the second one. Got a serious talking to from Captain. He asked me why my method of teaching juniors involved taking them into the Hollow for live fire combat training. What if something happened to them? How could I take responsibility? Our captain's too naive. If they chose to join the Force, how could they protect Eridu without being prepared to put their lives on the line? Many techniques and tactics can only be awakened and understood when faced with death's door. Just teaching them through the most effective way I could think of. Besides, if they get hurt in this kind of real combat, doesn't that just prove they weren't cut out for it? to learn my skills. You need talent to back it up. In the end, the captain called off the training just when I was starting to enjoy the training, just when I was beginning to think it might not be so bad to pass my sniper skills to some capable junior. Peregrine tried to comfort me, saying I'll have another chance to take on students someday, but who knows how long I'll have to wait, or if that student will even have what it takes. When I get to teach again, I'm definitely going to develop this training method further. I'll throw them into the hollow, make them survive my sniper fire, force them to use the environment and psychological warfare to counter me. As long as they're not too unlucky and manage to survive, they'll definitely learn everything I've got. When that time comes, Eridu will have another guardian. Heh, actually looking forward to it. Come to think of it, Peregrine's been acting pretty suspiciously lately. What's that guy plotting? Number 3. After our mission, our captain and squad called me to dorm. When I opened the door, I saw balloons everywhere and a huge birthday cake. Turns out it was my birthday. They'd been secretly preparing the celebration for a while. Our captain apologized about the new recruit training incident from before and gave me a stunningly beautiful outfit. Everyone was chattering excitedly while sharing cake and stuffing gift boxes of all sizes into my hands. And then Peregrine got down and one knee and proposed to me with a ring. Though I'd agreed to date him before, I never really understood all this romance stuff and stayed pretty distant with him. But he said that's exactly what he loves about me. How I'm all about sniping and a bit clumsy in everyday life. He thinks my code name Grim Vulture, which sounds scary to most, is cute. That idiot. He really didn't need to add that last part. Though I didn't show it then, I was actually overjoyed. With him there, with everyone from the squad, this might be the happiest moment of my life so far. Why did I have to be so shy then, to the point where I couldn't even give him an answer, saying something like, let me think about it? I should find the right moment to say yes. Yeah, that's what I'll do. After we return from our next mission, I definitely want to hear that wear that beautiful outfit and tell everyone. But she never got the chance, didn't she? Yeah. I'm going to speculate and assume that Peregrine was one of her dead squad mates. And because she choked and did not say yes to the proposal when she clearly liked him, that added more to the boiling pot of regret that she had. So Zoe didn't just lose her friends and comrades, she lost someone she potentially dearly loved. Well, I say potentially, but clearly really loved and wanted to marry, but didn't get the chance to give the final answer after hesitating because, well, Hollow Zero happened and everything went to shit. So yeah, just one thing after another piled up. The old diary filled with memories of the past comes to an abrupt end here. Yeah, that's when her life was over. Completely and utterly, irreparably over. Okay, so I could have run into Zoe here previously, but because the game cut it off after talking to 3 people, it didn't allow me to witness it, so I'm gonna have to take the game's word for it. Shepard and Jess seem to be exchanging tips about working in the astronaut intelligence trade. When he notices you want to talk to Jesse, Shepard gets the conversation short and moves to spot a bit further away. We meet again. How should I put it? You saved my life again. I really don't know how to thank you enough. Are you okay? Physically, I wasn't hurt much, but my mood is complicated. Being kidnapped by the same person twice, maybe my intellect isn't really suited for being an information broker. I'm already considering a career change. Looking back now, someone who truly wanted to kill me then and there wouldn't have deliberately knocked me out again and left me to be rescued by you, but at the time, I was just relieved to have survived and never even suspected Zoe. When she suddenly showed up at my door claiming to have important information, I was completely unprepared. That's how I ended up being tied up in the hollow for the second time. What happened next? She no longer hid and played the hunting game with me, but instead stood directly in front of me, pointing her gun at me, and revealed the true reason why she wanted to kill me. The events of the fall of the old capital are something I really don't want to remember. I know I'm a coward. At the most critical moment, I chose to retreat, along with the rest of the troops. So it wasn't just the command structure up top that let everyone down. They all threw their hands up and fled for the hills like a French battalion. So I hate to say it, it's also their fault too, because they all decided to throw hands and flee, leaving the squads that were waiting for them behind. So yeah, it's just as much your fault, folks. Sorry. But if you had seen that rapidly expanding Hollow Zero in person, you would have been terrified too. The moment you stepped inside, death was certain. Every soldier present knew that. My actions during the fall of the old capital are a stain on my career in the Defense Force. When I learned Zoe's true identity, I thought that being killed by her here would be nothing less than what I deserved. But she didn't kill you. Yeah, no matter how resigned I was when I was about to be killed, I was still terrified, so I desperately begged her for mercy, but she didn't pull the trigger. I mustered the courage to meet her gaze, only to find her eyes empty, looking at me as if I were an insect. She raised her gun, emptied the bullets into the ceiling, and walked away. It's meaningless. Those were the last words she said to me. Tell me back then, outside Hollow Zero, when we judged that our current forces couldn't stop the disaster and chose to retreat, did we really make the wrong choice? I don't know. What's the point in asking you anyway? What answer was I hoping to hear from you? Well, when you're in a situation rapidly deteriorating like that, it's like, I guess there is no truly right or wrong answer. Other than you just wish everyone got out of there alive, I guess. Anyway, thank you. At the very least, because of this incident, I'm afraid I will never forget the nightmare of the old capital's fall, nor the moment Zoe looked at me with those hollow eyes. Faith in. I'll remember the two of you. Are you angry? How can I not be angry? I clearly told you that if someone dies, you must inform me immediately, and I would bring in experienced hollow raiders to handle the situation. Yet you hid it from me and went on with the adventure. Two inexperienced proxies with only one combatant. Well, technically three, but, you know, space is warp, time is bendable. Only one combatant to help, and you still challenged a bloodthirsty former soldier who's killed so many. If I had known what you were planning to do, I would never have shared those location details with you. I came here seeking a win-win, not to see rookies charge off into danger and get themselves killed. Sorry. Sorry for what? Being able to defeat such a cunning killer and possessing that unique technique of controlling Bang Boo? You've shown me incredible strength and exclusive tech like this, Faithin. How could I ever regard other proxies the same way after witnessing what you can do? The old juxtaposition of starting off calling me nutty and then segueing into praising me for how batshit insane I am. Well, technically that they are anyway. From now on, I, Shepard, will handle your commissions. I'm betting on you, and I can already foresee the day I'll reign supreme on Internaut. No, wait. I can already foresee the day you'll reign supreme on Internaut. And we were reigning supreme on Internaut until our old account got wiped and have to crawl our way back up all over again. Wow, thanks so much. It's me who should be thanking you. No matter how famous information brokers get, their influence is limited. But if one day Phaethon becomes a legendary proxy, Shepard will also become renowned on Internet. But don't do anything so risky again. I don't want something to happen to the treasure I've bet on. Eyes on the prize, eh, Shepard? Oh, Shepard. And poor Erin. Did she ever find her friend? Did we ever find her friend? I want to know. Ah, it's you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for finding a soldier who could take down Zoe. Are you okay? My ribs are fractured. I'm here today, barely holding on, just to thank you in person. I was too foolish. I never even considered the possibility Zoe was the perpetrator. On the way home from the ballet twins, we walked together. She easily knocked me unconscious from behind and brought me to the hollow again. If I'd known earlier that she was the perpetrator, I would have killed her right then and there. That friend of yours. Zoe tied me up in a room in the Port Elpis Hollow, told me her reasons for killing, and was about to shoot me, but all I could think about was that she had kidnapped my friend. I kept questioning her. Back then, outside the Hollow, my friend and I were both part of the reinforcement troops. I indeed felt the situation was dire and voted to retreat, but my friend, she voted to go in. Why did you go after her? If you want revenge, you should have just killed me. Where's she now? I didn't even care about the gun pointed at my throat, just repeating these few sentences over and over until she admitted that she had killed my friend. Oh no. That sucks. I will never forgive her, even if choosing to retreat was my mistake. Even if she carried the pain of losing her companions, I had only one thought, to take her down with me. But you survived. Yes, I couldn't break free from the ropes, couldn't threaten her. All I could do was insult her over and over, begging her to kill me, but she didn't. She pinned me to the ground and beat me half to death, but stopped just before pulling the trigger. I glared at her with hatred, only to find her returning the gaze with even greater hatred, her face streaked with tears. Why would scum like you even care about their companions? She kicked me twice with all her strength and then left with those words. How many innocent lives has she taken so far? How many families have been torn apart because of her? And she still dares to call me scum. But now that she's dead, there's no point saying anything more. My friend will never come back, and I can never forget the fall of the old capital, nor the series of nightmares that have followed recently. If I can meet her again in hell after I die, then I'll settle the score with her. Until that time comes, I'll make sure to survive. Anyway, thank you. Oh man, so Erin's friend, who did choose to go into the Hollow to try and save as many people as she could, got whacked by Zoe anyway. That's just cruel, man. Poor thing. I want to give Erin a hug. I want to give her a big, burly vanilla gorilla hug and tell her it's all going to be okay. That just sucks. By the way, she's quite attractive. Super attractive, especially with those childbirthing hips. God damn it, Triple Z, why do you do this to me? I'm in a very emotional moment, and I fall for the fan service. I failed the test. And that is Nathan. He's older than I expected. Was he the captain? Maybe? I don't know. Let's find out.
So you're the sniper from Liar Squad. It's nice to finally meet you.
And you must be the one who's been searching for me. Nathan, the younger brother of Lethe. It's good to see you safe and sound.
Younger brother? He looks like Reed Richards with that streaks of white and gray.
That's right. I'm sorry for causing all this trouble. I nearly cost you your life, becoming a target of a victim from the fall of the old capital. Maybe that's what I get, not helping my brother and the rest of the defense force back then. When the reinforcements decided to retreat, I spoke out against it. I had family among the soldiers already in the Hollow, but I didn't have the courage to take that step. The one that might have cost me my life. I'm sorry.
You don't need to feel regret or apologize. The outcome wasn't something you could have controlled. You cared deeply for Lethe, and even today you still think of him. To someone like him, who always cherished family, that's more than enough.
Thank you. I heard you've been searching for the members of Liar Squad all these years. I'm nothing compared to your determination. Thank you for everything you've done, but please stop the search. It's time for you to start living a life that's truly your own. I hate to say this as a family member, but back then, they were already...
I know. You don't need to say it. I've been drowning in a fantasy of my own making for years, but it's a fantasy that kept me from falling into the abyss. Nathan, Grim Vulture told me you have something you want to give me. Is that why you commissioned someone to find me?
Yes. After learning about the bond between you and your squad, I knew I couldn't live with myself if I didn't get this to you. So I got on my knees and begged Grim Vulture, even playing this recording for her, hoping it would move her. Regardless of how things unfolded, what matters is that it wasn't destroyed, and I'm here, alive, to hand it to you.
Nathan rummages through his jacket pocket and takes out a shiny, worn tape. A slightly worn tape. Not really a tape. It's more like one of those data drives. Tape from Liar Squad, discovered by Nathan, Lethe's younger brother. The long-sealed recording sparked a series of events that would follow. Years have passed, and while the tape surface shows somewhere, the audio within remains pristine, as crystal clear as if it was recorded just yesterday.
I found this while going through my brother's belongings. It's been tucked away for years. There's a recording on it, and I think it's a gift Liar Squad made for you, but never had the chance to give you.
Thank you so much. Do you mind if I listen to it now with the proxies?
With me and Belle? We're honored. I thought we were just here to collect the commission fee today.
Go ahead. As for the commission fee, I'll pay it to you both shortly, so don't worry about that.
Nathan takes a step back. Charon looks at you, her lips seeming to tremble slightly. You gently hold her hand, feeling the warmth and strength in her palm. She presses the play button. Aww. The original... So, she was Weiss's first waifu in the game. Canonically speaking. Chronologically speaking.
Hey, hello? Alright, it's a recording. This is a message from Liar Squad for our little sniper. Everyone ready? I'll count down. 3, 2, 1.
Congratulations on your 1000th day with Liar Squad!
Hey, you guys are totally out of sync. Captain, can we redo this? The anniversary gift has to be perfect.
Today's Trigger's big day. Okay, there was a misread in the dialogue, but okay, so Trigger was her first name, then it became Charon, and then she went back to Trigger.
That's our assault specialist, Acheron. She has a strong sense of aesthetics, prioritizing beauty in both combat and her daily life. She taught me a lot about makeup and fashion.
Oh, she won't care if we're a little off. Forget the re-record. Let's just get it done and order the cake. We don't want him to sell out.
That's our medic, Kakaitis. He's usually lazy and a bit of a smooth talker, but he's actually very capable and kind. He taught me a lot about unconventional negotiation tactics and ways of handling things.
You two, stop arguing during the recording. I've already ordered the cake. If you keep rambling, we really will have to re-record this. Cut the chatter already.
And that sticks. A reliable artillery specialist. He's the oldest in the squad. He loves sharing photos of his daughter and reminiscing about how he wooed his wife. The way he won her over inspired me a lot.
All right, let's all calm down. Wouldn't want to get on the captain's bad side. I mean, Captain, would you like to go first? We can edit or re-record whatever we need to.
That's our scout and engineer, Lethe. He's a bit self-conscious because of how his younger brother excels, and he's somewhat introverted. But he's actually very capable. He taught me sharp observation skills, calm execution under pressure, and how to make use of the environment.
Okay, thank you all for settling down before I completely lost my cool. It's fine. No need to cut anything or re-record. Let's just keep it as it is. Loud and messy, just like our liar squad.
That's our captain, who took me in and taught me how to play the harmonica. And the real Charon. I'll make sure to explain properly to you later, Proxy.
As you've heard, this recording is a little gift from the 5 of us. How time flies. When I brought you into the squad about 2.5 years ago, you were just a shy kid who blushed whenever you talked to someone.
Aw, like she's blushing right now.
Over these 1,000 days, you've really worked hard to keep pace with our fighting rhythm. You've done incredibly well. In the last mission, your successful sniper kill of that high-risk ethereal really helped Acheron a lot. I hate to say it, but yeah, I went too far in last time. Thanks for getting me out of that mess. Just this once, I'll admit, your moves were more elegant in that fight.
Not just that fight. Ever since you became a quicker shot and learned to adjust for wind speeds on the fly, we've been taking fewer and fewer hits. Makes my job way easier. So, cheers.
You often worry about not doing enough. But in these 2.5 years, you've absorbed everything I know about stealth, reconnaissance, and tactical countermeasures. Trust me, you'll become an incredibly skilled sniper.
Having you covering us from the rear makes every fight feel safer. But you still have a lot to learn about socializing and romance. When peace finally comes to Eridu, leave us and live your own life.
Where did that come from? She's not leaving us. Even if she retires, she'll move into my house and I'll spoil her with loads of beautiful clothes. We can talk about living alone in 10 or 20 years. Sorry, I got carried away. Anyway, you're talented and hardworking. Over these 1,000 days, you've opened your heart to us and even encouraged us in return. Having you as a comrade is a blessing for all 5 of us. But I have to say one thing. You're always so sensitive and kind. Every time you see us get hurt, you look like you're about to break. Has our squad motto, having each other's backs, become too much of a burden for you? I get how you feel. When your squad mates trust you with their backs, your first instinct is to protect them, right? But that's not the way it should be. No one can shoulder everything alone. Don't try to carry everything on your own. Choosing to fight on the battlefield is my resolve. Feel it. Share yours with me. And when it's your turn to watch my back, I'll give my all to honor it too.
As long as you fight with all your strength, there's no such thing as failing to protect something, because your will and our will is preserved and carried on in other ways.
But don't let that weigh on you. Try to trust in us, just like we trust in you, no matter what.
I've struggled with that kind of thinking myself, but I eventually made my way through it. All this talk of camaraderie, of keeping each other safe. It's like a harmonica melody scoring our time together. Even when things change, our tune will go on, and that's enough.
Exactly. Honestly, I'm sometimes terrified. Afraid that someday, you'll blame yourself for failing to protect us and fall apart. That's why I wanted to record this message. Please, don't try to bear everything alone. Maybe you can start relying on us more, fully entrusting your vulnerable side to us. Our will has long been intertwined with yours. We're comrades. This is getting way too sentimental. It doesn't feel like me anymore. Anyway, we just want to see you trusting your comrades enough to share your burdens, even if it isn't us. Finally, we'd like to give you the song that's closest to us. If what we've said is hard to understand, just feel it through the music. Please, Enjoy my masterpiece, Homecoming.
The old cassette plays a familiar tune. Sound crisp and clear as though it were recorded just yesterday. When the music fades, the tape goes silent. You turn to the woman who calls herself Charon as she desperately wipes away uncontrollable tears. The harbor wind ruffles her hair, and then at last she lifts her head.
Proxy, do you remember? I was once terrified of seeing the look on their faces.
Of course. Can you see them clearly now?
Yes, crystal clear. As if I've returned to the exact moment of parting.
So there was another one named Charon, who Trigger took the name of, and then Acheron, then the other three, the dudes, Cocytus, Lee Key, and Styx, I think it was. That must be them up on the front. Look at that freaking hell right in front of them. Ugh. They didn't deserve what happened to them.
So this is our last glance. This is the answer you wanted me to find. Thanks, guys. For everything.
After meeting with Nathan, you spend a long time with Charon at Port Elpis, letting the sea breeze wash over you. You don't say a word because you both know it'll soon be time to part ways. As the temperature begins to cool, you head back to 6th Street with her.
Proxies. No. Lies. Belle. I've troubled you two a lot these days with my personal affairs. Words can't describe what you've done for me.
No worries. Honestly, my brother and I have been a bit lost recently. Meeting you, though, well, it feels like we've known each other forever. Doesn't it, Wise?
Yeah, we've learned a lot from you, too. If nothing else, spending time with you really cheered us up. Perhaps we've always shared the same resolve.
Yeah. When I was trapped in self-doubt, unable to get out, I'm glad you were there with me. You're right. We've already entrusted our backs to each other as comrades. And because of that, because we are comrades, please, hear me out. Maybe you've already noticed. I'm sorry, but I've been keeping something from you. Charon isn't actually my codename. As I mentioned before, Charon was my captain's codename. When I met both of you for the first time, I didn't want to tell you my codename, because I thought someone who couldn't protect their squad mates had no right to one. So I lied. Captain Charon was an orphan like me, with no family to mourn her. I've been using her codename, Because I may be the last person in the world who still remembers her. But I understand now. If I want to keep moving forward, I can't keep hiding behind a lie. My true codename is...
You don't have to tell me right now.
Charon, at the harbor, Nathan spoke to you privately. Was he offering you a chance to return to the Defense Force?
Yes. He said he still has a friend in the Defense Force who's currently forming a new squad. And if my goals align with theirs, I could consider joining them.
Oboe Squad. Which is where we first were introduced to Trigger over the radio chatter with Soldier 11.
So, what's your decision? Where will you go next?
After everything that's happened, I think I do share the same goal as that friend of his and the new squad they're building. So I'll head back to the new Eridu Defense Force and keep chasing my new goal with a new team.
Your new goal... is it to look further into the fall of the old capital?
Yes. My encounter with Grim Vulture has made me realize this should be the true form of my vengeance. I'll uncover the real culprits behind the old capital's fall and make them pay for their crimes. If the ferryman who leads me to the truth demands a price, I'm willing to wager my life. I have a gut feeling the masterminds will reveal themselves again soon. To protect the city my comrades cherished and sacrificed their lives for, I won't allow such a tragedy to happen again. By letting the will to protect guide my hatred, I now have a clear aim toward the truth.
Exactly why we can't be completely honest with each other right now, huh?
That's what I thought. If that's the case, then for now, we shouldn't learn your true codename, nor entrust our backs to one another.
Are you saying we're on opposite sides?
No. We might walk different paths, but those paths will lead us to the same destination. It's just that, for now, we can't say any more than that.
To be honest, after facing an enemy as ruthless as Grim Vulture, we're reminded of our own powerlessness. Watching you fight back, almost losing your life to a bullet. That feeling. We're nowhere near strong enough to protect you. And we're not strong enough to open up about our pasts either. Sorry.
Without a second thought or hesitation, Charon takes both of Wise and Belle's hands and brings them together at her chest.
If this is your slightly selfish principle, I'll respect it. You were once my proxies, and I'll keep this memory locked away as something I cherish. If, as you say, our destination is the same, then we should continue on our separate paths, striving to grow stronger. The next time we meet, I'll reveal my true codename.
Well, we know what it is. It's all over the game. It's Trigger. In fact, her old squad mates said that's exactly what it is. Unless it's something else, but that's all signs point to Trigger, which, funny enough, kind of brings a twinkle into my eyes, because that was the code name for the main player pilot in Ace Combat 7, and oh dear God, I loved Ace Combat 7, and I want another Ace Combat game to come out now, so frickin' badly. Ugh. Come on, Project Aces, where are you?
I hope we can become true comrades. I want your presence to forever remain in the melody of my life.
Yes, it's a promise. We'll cross paths once again, Charon.
And we would. I already have her in my agent list, so we're going to run into her in due time in the after chapter 5, somewhere after there. You watch the woman who calls herself Charon walk farther and farther away. Defense Force soldier waits for her at the end of her path.
Hello. I'm the sniper from the former Liar Squad of the Chrysoberyl Division, recommended by Captain Nathan, originally of the new Eridu Defense Forces Obsidian Division, Impera Squad.
Ah, I heard about you from my superior. You're the one who dealt with the serial murders targeting the Defense Force, right? Well, the new Eridu Defense Force is ready to welcome you back. Let me confirm a few details before taking you to base. Which squad are you applying to join? And did you have a code name during your previous service?
I'm applying to join the Obsidian Division's Ogle Squad.
Yep.
As for my code name, Trigger. I was Trigger of Liar Squad.
Yep. And that's how it all connects. It all makes sense. I like that. I like that whole, oh, this seemingly random character in the background was in fact one that has canonically been involved since the start, and we're getting a kind of sort of, you know, Star Wars prequel kind of thing going on, where it's like, oh, this little detail which you didn't think would be that important was in fact very important. Everything has come to an end. Wise, do you think we'll ever see Charon again? Well, yeah, obviously. For sure. I'm looking forward to it too. Really hope we can grow and get stronger and have greater power to face any crisis. When we reunite with her, or then we have to hear her her real code name. Also, I'm gonna be frank. I thought the choice of Trigger being a blind daredevil sniper was an inspired choice, because you have someone who's basically a veteran who's heavily wounded, and then you have the proxies who are just getting into their business, and it's like one has been out of it and has to get back into it, and the others are just then getting into it. So it's like a wounded soul from previous and a new, less seasoned soul getting into it, having to work together and finding purpose. It's like, I don't know. I liked the dynamic. I really did. We gotta hear her real code name. Great minds think alike. However, after hearing Charon and Grim Vulture stories, I can't help but feel a bit sad. They had the same fate, but in the end, they walked completely different paths and became enemies. Yeah, one wanted to try and do better, and is clearly doing better, while the other sunk into madness on a level that basically made her into an anti-John Rambo. Wise, if hypothetically we also encounter enemies who once experienced the same fate but now walk completely different paths with opposing goals, forced to be enemies, what would you do? Do we do the talk no jutsu method, or do we do the Ichigo method? Well, I guess, I mean, the optimist in me is all for trying to reach out with the olive branch, and then following it up with the kick their ass method if it doesn't work. Sounds like something you would say, Wise. That time ever comes, I'll join you in seeking understanding as well. We, Faith, then should face everything together, right? After everything that's happened, I feel pretty exhausted. You must feel the same, right? How about we take a good rest first? Commissions from Shepard won't be as easy as we've been handling it before, you know. Take a break and leave the story. Alright. Flowers of Asphodel. And that just leaves the special missions now. Which I think I got time to do. I think I'll do them. So, yeah, we got a... I'm surprised that we did not at all see Trigger in this costume at all in the whole game. Which you'd think they would have us wear, considering it's taking place way earlier. Maybe a bonus skin later down the line, maybe? I could see it happening. Okay. Training, assessment. Oh, we got a whole bunch of missions. Well... Well, we do have some other missions. Out of Sight was the one we did. Echoes of Silver we did, so... Ellen Joe we did. So the ones that are available... Case of the Missing Bamboo we did. So we have, 2 out of the 4 well, technically 3. So, this is done. So, we have Rena and Lycon. We have their 2 agent stories to do, as well as Kaleda. So, we're not short on other stuff to do. So, I want to get to those next, if at all possible. I have to do Path of the Proxy also, because if I don't, I won't be able to level up further.
Have you had dinner yet? A full stomach ensures a good night's sleep. Got your fill? See you next time.
So I think what I'm gonna do is do a lot of those side missions, get them over with. Huh. Is this gonna be a normal battle, or is it gonna be something else? What are we doing? Holy shit, it's the shooting range. Cool. We actually can do stuff relating to the shooting. Oh, it's a sniper rifle with a rapid fire, eh? So it's like an M14. Cool. I like this. It's a nice little variation in the gameplay. Enemy radar. Friendly hostages. So now we've gone from shooting just targets to trying to avoid hitting people we don't want to be hitting. Before you stands an ethereal protected by a shield around its core, striking its weak point. When the defenses are down, the ethereal doesn't care about unemployment, relationships, or health issues. Use physical force to break through defenses. Huh. Okay, so shoot them in their black hole brains in order to kill them faster and get higher points. I admit the shooting controls feel a little bit weird, but not too bad. I guess because I'm not used to having maybe I just haven't shot any shooting games in a while, and I haven't just And I'm just rusty, I don't know. Exploding targets, eh? Alright, I don't need to do that. It has infinite ammo. I'm just out of reflex. I just do aiming anyway. I'm so used to shooting games where they give you limited bullets that it's foreign to me to have unlimited ammo like this. The last time I played a game like that, it was Titanfall 2, where it took me seriously aback the fact that there was no traditional limited ammunition. It was like completely different from what I'm ingrained to know. Okay, now we have another version of it. Okay, a little more challenging, trying to shoot through targets to get maximum destruction. Cool. I'm liking this. It's a nice little side mode. I like it. It's different from what I'm used to seeing. Okay, who's coming? Oh, I got an S. One casualty, though, but I'll take it. Doing surprisingly well, all things considered. I haven't gotten an A in any of these. Then again, I have been playing shooter games for as long as I've played other hack and slashes. Dead Space, Resident Evil 4. Technically, those are survival horror games, but they do have shooting mechanics in them all the same. The old Call of Duty games before they went to shit with Modern Warfare 2, which, yeah, I know, unpopular opinion, but I hated Modern Warfare 2 because that was basically the end of the franchise right there with all the stupidity that came afterwards. And of course, the old Halo games 1, 2, 3, Reach, and ODST. And yeah, 4, which I admit at the time I kind of liked, but as the Halo franchise went further and further into irrelevancy, basically doing to that franchise in video games what Star Wars ended up doing to movies. It was Disney Star Wars, I mean. It was just like, ugh. So yeah, I've had, Gears of War, Vanquish, and a Binary Domain. Ah, I missed one. I still got an S anyway. One will slide. Alright, that's everything for Trigger. So, yeah. No, go away. I don't want to do something that I don't want to do by accident. I could do a regular master tape if I want. It's right here. I might as well do it. Okay, let's do a normal tape, see what we get. Nope. Dud. 2 A's at least. So that might be something.
Just call me Ben. Or Big Ben. I'll protect everyone.
Yes, Benny.
Esteemed Proxy, good day. You may call me Lady Lucy.
More stats for Ben and Lucy's fine, but it's not what I wish would happen. Well, considering I've warmed up to the use of Ben as a defense character and a very good one, and I like Lucy as my...
Standing by. Nothing.
Time for some hard labor?
I can't speak with all the characters talking. Well, as I was saying, I do like Ben well enough as a hard-hitting defensive tank character. The more I've gotten used to him, the more I like him, so... It's not something I think I can really complain about. And I really like Lucy.
My loyalty lies with
A mission?
To what do I owe the pleasure?
And Lucy is probably my favorite support character of the bunch thus far, unless someone else comes to mind that I haven't thought of yet.
Good day, Proxy. Don't look at me. Let's take a break.
If you need
Trying to think.
Hey, don't look down on me.
Honestly, I can't think of any other characters for support.
Which alias should I use this time?
I'm gonna keep building up the tapes. Well, I've done everything pertaining to Trigger. Well, as far as the extras, story stuff goes. It's possible I'll get something down the line. But I also want to do the other archive stories, so it's kind of like a bit of a quandary. I also have a Corrin thing I need to do. No other side missions. Was there anyone I wanted to level up? I wonder.
Further instructions.
Corrin, maybe. I might as well.
Don't look at me.
So that way I can pass the time.
A little gift.
Yay! The battle's not over!
Out of my way!
Sit back, silly girl. The pros here.
Need a hand? Flames will never die!
Sneak attack.
Proceeding as ordered.
Drink flowing, wind flowing!
Guess I'll do it myself. Weakling, you're nothing but prey.
Mike's best party is just getting started!
Another.
Flames, obey me! Be ready.
Time to heat things up!
Okay, let's see if we can get Korn to come out with her quest line for the rental thing. And then once I'm done with her, I will take a rest.
Awaiting further needs.
Standing.
It's up.
Good.
Only the.
Don't look at me.
So sleepy. Let's take a break.
Ready and
Standing by.
Wanna see?
wait 5.
So sleepy.
Anomaly.
Let's take a break.
My bullets never lose sight of their target.
Behave now!
What are you waiting for, to catch a bullet?
It's no good surrendering!
Don't move!
Billy, don't grease your gears.
My bullets never lose sight of their target.
Neat and tidy!
What are you waiting for, to catch a bullet?
It's no good surrendering! They're close. Eliminating target.
That should hopefully get Corn to appear. I think. Yep, it did. And since I had to level up...
Ready and standing. Okay. One.
Wanna see the red?
Only the...
Since I had to level up Piper anyway, it all worked out.
So sleepy. Let's take a break.
Holy shit. A lot of people showed up. Okay, so let's do this one and then be done with it for the night, and we should be good.
Excuse me, I've come to borrow the videotape back to life that I mentioned last time. I'm not really too sure how this works, but do you know if there's a private movie theater nearby? Anywhere I can watch the videotape is fine.
How about our store? Wanna watch it together?
Oh, really? Won't it disturb your work? I wouldn't want to impact the video store and disappoint your customers because they can't get the tapes they need because you're busy. It'd be better for me just to leave right now.
Not at all. I'm on my break. Besides, Bella's watching the store.
Oh, I see. Then, if you don't mind, I promise I'll pay attention and I won't be any trouble.
Go with Corn into random play and watch Back to Life together. Corn watches the movie very carefully, even glancing down to take her own notes.
Wow, it's just like Rena said. The show is great. I feel like I've learned so much.
I'm surprised. I never expected you to be so interested in the Hollows.
The Hollows? I wasn't actually listening to what they were saying. I was just writing down all the snacks they served at the tea party. The style, color, flavor, and even the order in which the snacks were served. Everything was very proper and well thought out.
I see. No wonder you work at Victoria Housekeeping.
Oh, right. Here's your payment. Thank you for giving me a place to watch the film. I based it on the price for 2 people at a private theater. If it's not enough, I can apply for more.
You're too kind, but you don't need to pay me.
That simply won't do. Mr. Lycon says a deal must be profitable for both parties. Otherwise, it's not right.
There's no need to pay, but I could use your help with something.
Of course. If it's within my ability, I'll try my best.
Just drop by the video store more often, and we'll call it square.
Oh, that's what you meant. I guess I took it too literally. Then I'll come here as often as you want.
Corin can now promote video store. Nice. I understand what everyone likes the movie. Nice. Nice. Okay. So we got a whole bunch of other characters all over the place. To do them or not to do them? I don't know. Well, oh, what's going on up there? Oh, right, Lucy. Trigger. With her very, very semi-exposed boobas. But I would have to grind for her more. Same with Evelyn. Okay, well, I'm tired. I've done the trigger stuff, and I still have a bunch of more agent stories I want to do. But now I also have characters wandering around that want my attention, and I have to do them, because then I can get more quests out of them. But I'll worry about that later for tomorrow. For now, I'm going to take a rest because I'm tired, but we got a lot done before deadline, and I'm happy about that, so I'm gonna call it I'm gonna stop here with playing Triple Z so I can go get my other Triple Z's of the sleepy sleep kind. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Got her done. I really liked the story for Trigger much more than the other one with Ambi, where again I liked it. Except I didn't like the resolution. Whereas here, mind you, the Trigger stuff was more prequel time related stuff before the main story, so I can't really say it wouldn't have mattered anyway. But I did really like it all the same, seeing how Wise and Bell started and how Trigger was like the original agent for them before they ever ran into the cutting hairs. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. So it was very good. Bit of a reverse Rambo thing going on with the killer. So I will cut it off for now, and I'll see y'all next time.